what's up? It's your girl Snitch. How you doing? Today's gonna be a doozy, y'all. I realized the other day, I'm looking for my concealer. I realized the other day that I'm gonna just start talking shit. I'm gonna just start talking shit on YouTube, okay? Different than shit talk. Actually, is it different than shit talking? Regardless, I'm gonna start talking about whatever I want on here. Maybe this will be a new series on my channel, me talking shit. Anyway, today we are gonna be talking about the arguably most beloved member of America's royalty, at least as far as I can tell, Khloe Kardashian, or as Chris apparently said on the radio, my mom told me it's pronounced Khloe. It reminds me of that. You guys ever see the Wizards of Waverly Place episode where they meet Paul and Paul works in fashion and he's like, it's not Paul, it's Paul. Like, okay, Khloe. Anyway, today's video is gonna be about Khloe Kardashian, and if you somehow don't know why she's relevant or in the news right now, a photo of her, an unedited photo, was posted of Miss Khloe, and rather than ignoring it or acknowledging it and being like, yeah, that's what I look like, or literally anything else, any option would have been better than what they did, what the Kardashians did, which was try to get this photo removed off the internet. Now, before we get into it, I'm gonna be doing a little get ready with me. It's not gonna be anything special. It's gonna be the most basic shit, but I'll probably link things down below. Somebody remind me if I don't. Before we get into it, hi guys! If you've never seen my face before and you're ever interested in seeing my face again, feel free to subscribe down below. We would love to have you here. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for joining me on this little video journey. It means the world, you know it does. Khloe Kardashian, as of like 2 days ago, a picture of her appeared on the internet. Now, I've heard conflicting opinions about whether this was posted by her assistant or her grandma, just like a picture of her granddaughter at the pool. And rather than, like I said, acknowledging it or not acknowledging it, which really would have been the easiest option, seemingly, the Kardashians freaked out and they started sending like cease and desist to people who were posting this photograph. They were essentially trying to get it taken off the internet. I know like Twitter accounts got suspended and shut down because of this picture, because they were posting this picture. It's so weird to me because, and I've seen a lot of people like commenting on this picture, which is not what I'm gonna do in this video. Like, I'm not gonna comment on her body, past saying that she looks amazing. She looks great. And I've seen a lot of people being like, she looks great, she just had a baby, or she looks great, she's 36. It's like, she just looks good. There doesn't need to be like a qualifier. Like, she looks really good. She's clearly very in shape. Before I saw the actual picture, I saw people talking about the picture. And from the way people were describing Khloe's reaction, I expected this picture to be like, listen, I've got some absolutely heinous material of me on some of my friends' phones, right? And I kind of expected that this would be like one of those pictures that genuinely is unflattering. Like, we've all been there. I don't know, like I thought it would be like a freaking up the nose shot, or like, I don't know what I thought. I thought it would be something just absolutely ridiculous. And to see that it was a picture of her looking very fit and very pretty in a bikini at the pool, I was like, what? It was genuinely very surreal because I thought she looked really good, and granted, I will admit I've never seen an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I don't follow them on Twitter or anything, or Twitter, I guess that's not their main platform. I don't follow them on Instagram, I don't follow them anywhere. I don't see much Khloe Kardashian on a day-to-day basis, right? I feel like if I had seen that picture without anybody like commenting on it or without the context of what the picture was, it would have never even crossed my mind that it was a bad picture. I've seen a lot of people being like, you shouldn't be mad that an unflattering picture is posted of you. Regardless of your opinion on that, where is it unflattering? I feel like most people would really want to look like that, right? Am I crazy? Like, she looks really good. But ultimately, the fact that she looks good is kind of not the point, because the Kardashians spend a lot of money, I have to imagine, on like upkeep and maintaining their image. I mean, they have to just have like a ridiculous amount of nutritionists and skincare specialists and surgeons. Obviously, they've all had surgery, right? I read Khloe's statement and she was like, I work for this body. I'm sure she did. Like I said, she's in incredible shape, and I certainly would not be one to assume that she had anything done, but it's like, I do feel like there's something to be said for the fact that you can't change the dimensions of your body, like the literal like fucking skeletal structure of the way your body is positioned without surgery. Allegedly, who knows? But even if she didn't have surgery and she literally like worked for her body, she still is privileged to the point where she's able to afford, I'm sure, so many dietitians and personal trainers and like products and things like that that have helped her do that. And it's kind of startling to me, but not surprising, that somebody who has gone through all of the effort and time and money that Khloe Kardashian has gone through to look exactly how she wants to look, seemingly, would still be so horrified by a picture of her own body, which she's put so much work into to begin with. But even after all that, which most people can't even begin to afford to do, you still cannot fathom the idea of having an image of you, an unaltered image of you online. That's talk about unrealistic standards. Like, not only are you setting the beauty standard of having done all this work, but you're also like setting the standard that even that, spending tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars on your appearance still is not enough, to the point where a picture of you after spending all of that money looking happy and good in the freaking sun is enough for your PR team to have a literal meltdown. Am I crazy? Something's not clicking. That is raw. Okay? Something about that is very wrong, and it's very obvious that it's very wrong. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with the Kardashians, right? But in Khloe's statement that she put up on Twitter the next day, or 2 days after this photo came out, she mentioned that she had always been sort of bullied as being the unattractive sister. She was always bullied for her weight. She was always told that, I guess, her dad is not her dad, that Robert Kardashian is not her dad, that she was like, I don't know, that she's always been told she looks different than her sisters. She essentially said that like caused her some psychological damage, okay, as it would anybody. I can't imagine that family is like a healthy environment. She said she loves a little filter here, a little edit there, right? It's so hard because it's something that, like, as somebody who's in the public eye on a much smaller scale, and with far less like vitriol and the hatred I receive, I've been so lucky to have such a kind audience. I love you guys. But I can't imagine reading those sorts of things about yourself every single day. I have to imagine that contributes to some form of like poor body image or body dysmorphia or something like that. But that said, guys, oh my god, it's the middle of the night, okay? My camera corrupted. I was editing this video and I realized that this clip just like didn't save. So I'm gonna talk about it all again, okay? The problem with Khloe Kardashian talking about how uncomfortable she feels being held to these standards, and I like 100% empathize, is the fact that she sets the standards herself, obviously not single-handedly, but I think anybody who's online knows that the Kardashians, by and large, are the ones who have set this standard for surgically enhanced bodies, a very curated, perfect appearance across all social media platforms, and that would be one thing if it was just a way to make themselves feel comfortable, if they were maybe profiting off of like their own images, even if it might feel like a bit of a scam, the fact that their images are not their own images, their own faces, their own real bodies, I think that would be one thing. Where I have a problem, and the reason I'm making this video, is that the Kardashians are influencers, some of the biggest influencers in the entire world. Khloe Kardashian has, I'm sure, at least 100 million followers on Instagram, probably far more. Khloe can talk about how difficult it is to be held to these standards all she wants, and again, I'm sure that's true, but when you're not only perpetuating those standards by continuing to post these types of photos, super edited, super photoshopped, very highly filtered photos, it's like, when does that standard end, and do you not see the hypocrisy in contributing to it? And more dangerously, I think the Kardashians make a business off of essentially profiting off of people's insecurities. They do sell things like skinny teas and like diet lollipops and fitness plans and stuff like that. And to say that you gained all of this naturally, whether you believe them or not, is one thing, but it's very clear that the body that's being presented as like the ideal body to sell product is not in fact a actual body that exists on that person. When you're not only setting the beauty standard, but also profiting off of the beauty standard, I don't know if you then get to be upset by the fact that you're held to that beauty standard when it's essentially the beauty standard that you're depending on your audience to hold themselves to so that they will buy these products. It just kind of seems unfair. Khloe also has had like kind of a messy history apparently. Like I said, I don't keep up with the Kardashians, so I didn't know this. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians during the whole Jordan fiasco, Khloe went on there and started like talking shit about this girl's weight, okay? Khloe, you're a 40-year-old woman. I have a really hard time gaining sympathy for someone when they very publicly and rudely made fun of another woman for their body. Both these women look great. Like, I don't understand. Not only that, but her Good American brand, her jeans brand, which I had never heard of, apparently is very body positive, and like it's the main focus of their marketing. How can you claim to be this person when the sheer idea of your body without filters terrifies you? She went on Instagram Live the next day acting a fool, y'all. She popped on there. My camera died again. I'm a mess. She popped on there and started like pulling down her sweatpants and lifting up her, she didn't do all that, showing off her body and being like, I told you guys it wasn't Photoshop. She's in like a very flattering lighting situation in a dimly lit bathroom, and it's like, girl, we know you look good. Who are you trying to prove this to? We know you look good. We know. You looked good in the other picture too. Like, we know. It's just so weird because it feels like she's trying to disprove the other photo by saying like, I told you my body on Instagram wasn't all Photoshop, and it's like, Number one, I don't believe you. And number two, the only photo we have that's 100% not Photoshop is right here in front of us. It's the picture you hated that you're trying to literally get removed from the internet. So if it's not Photoshopped, why are you so bothered? It's just strange for like a grown adult woman to be acting like this. And it's also, I think, just very sad. I've seen a lot of people being like, well, we see unphotoshopped and unfiltered pictures of the Kardashians all the time. We see paparazzi photos. And if you, well, let me say allegedly, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard from multiple people that the Kardashians not only call the paparazzi, obviously, but that they also know these companies by now, obviously. So when paparazzi takes pictures of them, they actually send them to the Kardashians team to edit them, and then they send them back, allegedly. You pretty much never see an unedited or unfiltered picture of a Kardashian, right? And the first time we do, she immediately goes online to prove that all of her edited photos were the real ones. Like, come on, Khloe. She posted these stills from her live on her Instagram before she even posted her statement about like why this was making her feel bad. It was just all very weird, and it does genuinely make me sad. I wish she just posted the picture herself instead of trying to get it deleted and be like, I look like this sometimes. Like, probably a lot of the time, like, I look good, bitches, you know what I mean? That would have been fucking cool. That would have actually been a cool moment. But instead, she's like fully denying that that picture is like even a reality, and trying to, obviously for the sake of like maintaining her business, make it seem like this image she has online is in fact fact. And it's not. It does just feel like a cyclical problem where it's like Khloe feels that she's being held to these standards, so she posts these photos to her millions of followers. Then women who are following her, these hundreds of millions of women, then feel like they have to adhere to as well. Then they're all using the filters and posting their bodies. And when you see a picture of somebody who is unedited and unfiltered, people believe that she's almost unrecognizable. That would be really scary. I can't imagine a more visceral fear than stepping out of the house and not looking like myself. Like, imagine not being able to leave the house for fear that somebody will take a picture of you like without makeup on or something. That would just be, that would be so scary and so weird. Using that fake self to sell products and to prey on the insecurities essentially of like your fans and audience, it's just a little murky and a little morally dubious, and it makes me feel both very empathetic for Khloe Kardashian and also like, you kind of brought this on yourself. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of you probably know more about the Kardashians than I do because I know so very little. So I'd love to hear your hot takes. This was just something that interested me because it was such an intense example of what I think is happening all over social media. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you like this video, hit me with a like. I can't wait to do more of these just talking about random shit videos. All right, this is fun. Oh, if you made it to the end, leave a sunshine emoji in the comments. Thank you for being my friend today and always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.